You not only helped me, but you also brought me home. Thank you very much. I thank Kazuya for sending me home by car.
You're welcome.
I bowed once again to Kazuya, who was smiling at me, and got out of the car. When I crossed the street and looked back at the car, Kazuya was still there, waving his hand at me. He's really nice.
Too nice, Honoka. Too nice.
I waved at him and thought about it. He saved the cat who jumped in the middle of the street. He listened to me even about the transformation cat, and then took me home.
I mean, it's better than the drunk people downtown who just like kicked you, I guess.
I felt a little bit uplifted, maybe because I was able to speak to him, and it was great he believed me.
I mean, he saw it right in front of his eyes.
But I think he was joking when he mentioned having a date. Maybe he told me because I looked worried. I didn't know what to answer when he mentioned a date, so he changed the topic immediately. Instead, the date, I should thank him somehow. I went up all the stairs to my floor. I took my key out from my bag, and then noticed something. There was something on the doorknob. A shopping bag from the convenience store? When I checked inside the bag, there was some food and medicine. Is this from Mr. Kawahara? I looked around a bit, but of course he's not around. I turned into a cat in front of Mr. Kawahara. He looked so surprised, but he was worried about me. I grabbed the bag and went into my room. The next morning, I felt better, but decided to take a few days from work, making the flu as an excuse. I was scared that I might turn into a cat before nighttime. However, after that day, I never turned into a cat during the day. A cat after the sun goes down, a human at sunrise. This was my cycle. That day, I wasn't feeling well, so that's why I couldn't stay as a human longer, right? I didn't understand it, but it seems like staying a human was more complicated. For now, I should take care of my body more. I still thought about it, but I went towards Flora while walking. I continued thinking. I need to apologize for having taken off that long. Then I'll think about what I need to order, the display, and everything else. Is he coming today? Mr. Kawahara came to the shop when I was thinking about the display a while ago. He was coming back from work. He's probably at work now too. Even though he visits the shop. What am I going to say when I face him? What should I say? My feelings were becoming even more depressed. The shop is right there, but I can't go forward. I'll accept whatever is going to happen to me. Good. I swept away all these thoughts and went into the shop. He's not coming. I kept on thinking about Mr. Kawahara. I kept on thinking if he's going to come or not, and I couldn't concentrate on work. There's so many things I have to do and solve. Endless troubles and problems made me feel depressed. Takuma looked at me worried.
Are you okay? You aren't fully recovered yet, are you?
I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. I am okay though. I will let you know if I don't feel okay.
Okay. Actually, somebody from Club Viola is coming to the shop later.
Somebody from Club Viola?
Yes. We made a mistake with the order. They helped us organizing the event, right?
Full Bloom Day, yes. I am so sorry for what happened. I remember the event was a success, though. The event was such a success that many customers came to the club after that.
Yeah. Seems like they're gonna have the event regularly, so they wanted to talk with us.
We were offered to be a sponsor for the event, so we would be able to increase brand awareness of our shop.
Can you call me when they arrive? I'll be talking to him for a while, so can you take care of the shop?
Sure, I'll do it. Takuma smiled at me and went back to his work. Somebody from Club Viola. I wonder if it's going to be Mr. Kawahara. He was the person in charge of Full Bloom Day, too. I got more nervous when I thought about seeing him. How long do I have to wait until he comes? While I was thinking about that, I saw the shape of a man wearing a suit appear in front of the glass doors, and the door opened. Welcome. But instead, there was someone unexpected standing, so I stopped talking. What? Mr. Kazuya!
Hi there. This is interesting. I didn't know you were working here.
Yes, I do. Why are you here, Mr. Kazuya?
The club I'm working for decided to hold an event with flowers regularly, so I came here to talk about the contract.
So, you are the person in charge. Let me call my boss. I went to call Takuma. Why didn't Mr. Kawahara come instead?
Oh no, your true love is interfering with true love.
Thank you very much. I escorted the customer outside the shop. Then I turned again to Mr. Kazuya. He smiled at me and I smiled back. Is the contract done?
Yes, we did.
Hey, what about the person who was in charge of the event last time?
He's not in charge anymore.
Oh, really? Why? I stopped talking the moment I realized I was asking too much. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
Don't worry, it's not a problem. You asked me why, right? The person who was in charge asked me to take over in his place. That's why I'm doing it now.
Oh, I see. But why? Is he trying to avoid me? Well, that would be understandable, considering what happened. I kept on telling myself that's normal.
Hey, are you okay?
I looked up when Kazuya talked to me. Yes. I'm sorry, I was thinking about something. I was overthinking things again. Kazuya didn't seem to care, so he smiled at me as usual.
Let me ask you, if you want to go out with me again, would you go to the amusement park with me?
Oh? The amusement park? I didn't really get what I was saying. I just repeated his words.
I have the day off tomorrow. How's your schedule?
Tomorrow? The shop will be closed, so I'm free.
Good. I'll go pick you up at your apartment around lunchtime. You accidentally agreed to a date, Honoka. Good job.
Mr. Kazuya bowed and left the shop. I followed him with my eyes. Why did he ask me on a date?
I have a sneaking suspicion. I know, like, he's probably super interested in Honoka because he caught her transforming into a cat, or transforming from a cat to a human, so, like, duh, of course you'd be interested in a person like that. But I'm guessing he probably knows about the relationship between Mr. Kawahara and Honoka, and I feel like, considering they're both hosts, at a host club and like toxic rivals that he's just trying to get in between them, and Honoka just doesn't get it. Although I wanted to ask Mr. Kazuya the reason, he had already left the shop. I replied like that. Well, that probably sounds like I'll go on a date with him. He said good, too. Although my feelings were not clear, I went back to my work. I cannot refuse him. I cannot even refuse him anymore because I don't have his number. That's what I was thinking when I turned into a cat. Should I go to Club Viola? I am a cat, but since Mr. Kazuya knows that I can still meet him. Should I go to his workplace and refuse the date though? Wait, as a cat? Just be like, meow, meow, meow. I was like, what is that? What would that even mean? Or, I don't know, you could be a cat and just spill a drink on him. That would be like refusal, I guess. That's what cats do, they knock stuff over. I should think I'm seeing him as a thank you. Then I won't feel that bad. I should definitely say thank you. Yes. When I finally took my decision, Mr. Kawahara's face popped into my mind. I tried to push it away. I am not that close to him anyway. I wasn't able to. However, when I started thinking about my feelings were getting depressed, and I jumped out of the house. I ran and ran until I was in front of Club Viola. I was in front of the back door, but no one came out. I sat on an empty box on the side of the back door, and then I overheard somebody talking in the staff room. I haven't seen Kyo in a while. Is he okay? I don't remember the host voice. He's taking some time off. It's already been 1 week. Said he'll take off for the entire month. Seriously? I haven't heard that. But why? Who knows? Hikaru told me he saw Kyo at a studio in front of the station, but that's all I know. Oh! Is he getting back into music? That's why? That's why we haven't seen hide or hair of him? Studio? Why? I mix up the voices. I told you, I don't know. By the way, about that customer. I heard they were changing the topic, so I just rushed to the station. I didn't know where the studio was, but I thought I would be able to find it. I want to see you. I don't know what I should do, but that can't be goodbye. As a cat, it took me less than 15 minutes to reach the studio. I was lucky enough to find somebody with an instrument who was entering the studio, so I followed him. Get to see more places. There's so many places. Get to see inside a host club, inside like so many people's houses, inside a studio. Yeah, this road has so many places to like that we explore. Well, I went up the stairs and when the person at the reception was talking to the customer, there were 3 rooms on each floor. And since the doors are made of glass in the center, I was able to look inside. That could be distracting. You're like trying to probably practice music and just like a cat just be like, hey, how you doing? Mr. Kawahara wasn't on the 2nd floor, so I went up to the 3rd. I looked inside a large room near the stairs. There he is! I got the big studio suite. with all the electric stuff in the drum set. I remember, I know like it might be kind of weird to think of just like a separate building where like people can just practice music, but like I am kind of familiar with this because I used to go to like art camp every summer, and I wasn't a musician kid, but I liked wandering around like all the buildings and stuff, and there were like, it was kind of like a dorm setting, but instead of like dorm rooms, like there were just a bunch of rooms that were like soundproof, and like some of them had like pianos in them, and occasionally you walk by and see someone like practicing like an instrument, like their violin or cello. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, I wasn't a musician kid. I liked the visual arts, I guess you could say that. I kind of wandered around and like I dabbled in like drawing, pottery, and then like I really liked jewelry making because I got to play with fire. But anyway, off topic. This is about music.
Mr. Kawahara and 3 people were in the room. The guy next to him playing the bass was the guy who came to visit him at Club Viola. It seems like Mr. Kawahara decided to form a band again. Also, you probably noticed the connection between like his host club being called Club Viola. Like I think like probably the only reason why he chose to work at Club Viola is because it's named after an instrument, even though it has nothing to do with music. So, there's a guitarist, a bassist, a drummer, and a keyboardist. Mr. Kawahara was in front of the microphone, so he's also the singer. Well, it's obvious. He's really good. I wonder if I can hear something. Almost no sound was coming out as the room was soundproof. I tried to listen to the instruments. The drum was being a good rhythm. A nice guitar paired with a powerful keyboard. When the music reached its peak, Mr. Kawahara started singing. What? That voice is completely different from the one I heard at his place before. I like this one more. Is it not the country voice I gave him? The voice was simply beautiful. I felt like he was enjoying singing from the bottom of his heart. They were all good. They did their best to create one sound. Mr. Kawahara, I think you should be a musician. I don't know much about his work as a host, but I felt that he had more talent with music. I am on your side. Please don't forget this. I stepped away from the window. I wanted to watch more, but I didn't want to get caught either. I left the studio against my will. On the following day, I heard a car beeping. Oh, I'm gonna end it like that? Like, not even alerting him to your presence. I feel like we're drifting apart. No. When I looked outside, Mr. Kazuya's car was parked alongside the street. Good. I got ready, got my bag, and left my room. When I opened the car and got in, Mr. Kazuya smiled at me. Is this the same car? I think it's the same car. Hi there. Let's have fun today. Sure. I fastened the safety belt and then the car moved. Are you nervous? Yes, a bit. Me too. What? You too? Of course, because a beautiful lady is next to me. Now, I don't know if he's like sincere or he's just using the lines that he used as a host. I guess that's the downside of dating a host. You never know when they're actually sincere. Maybe like when they're rude to you, you're like realize that they're actually sincere with you because that's their real emotions rather than the handsome gentleman facade that they put for customers. He's straightforward. I am sure he is really popular at the shop.
Have you eaten already?
Not yet.
Okay, let's have lunch first. I know a really good place. Where are we gonna eat?
The date went on without any problem. While we ate, we were talking about many things. The conversation was interesting, and I didn't feel any doubts anymore. When we left the restaurant, I wasn't nervous at all. We got back in the car and went to the amusement park.
Oh, look, it's the amusement park. Hello. Got to see more places. So far, I feel like this route is becoming the best one so far.
We parked the car and in the parking lot and went to the park. Although it was a weekday, there were a lot of people.
Oh yes, all these people. All these people in this park here.
Is this place really popular?
Yes, around this time of year, they have a parade. Most of the people are here for that. I am actually here to watch that too. What do you say?
Sure. I was very relaxed when I looked at Mr. Kazuya's happy face. He really wants to take me out. I was very rude to doubt him.
What happened?
Nothing. Let's go on that one. I cleared my mind and went around the amusement park with Mr. Kazuya. Oh, get to see this place at sundown too.
It's almost sundown.
When Mr. Kazuya said that, I raised my head from the pamphlet. The sun was going down, and the sky looked as if it was painted orange. That's true, but what time does the parade start? I had agreed to watch it with him without thinking about me turning into a cat. But he knows that I'll turn into a cat. I guess I could still watch with him. It's good that he knows, so I can stay longer. It's convenient.
If it's on schedule, it'll start at 7 p.m. Do you think you'll be okay?
That's a close one. It's going to be a problem if there are many people around.
Don't worry about that. I know a place where there are few people. We can go there and watch the parade. Go into somewhere where there's hardly any witnesses, Honoka. The warning bells are just clanging in my head. Ding, ding, ding. Danger, danger. It'll probably be fine. This isn't that sort of game. That sort of visual novel.
Mr. Kazuya took me to a place close to the Ferris wheel. It was really beautiful. I know you wanted to watch the parade from a closer spot. I am sorry.
No, I'm aware of that. Actually, the reason why I brought you here isn't because of the parade.
But you told me so.
Yes, I am looking forward to that too. But more than that, I want to look at your smile. You had such a sad face yesterday. After I saw your expression, I became sad too. Felt like I should to make you smile. That's why I asked you out today. When I think of it, I might have been quite rude. Sorry if I was being pushy.
No, I mean, thank you.
Perhaps I really like...
That moment, the phone echoed around us.
Excuse me.
Mr. Kazuya took his phone from his pocket. He looked at the display and his expression changed completely. Don't worry. You can pick it up.
I am sorry.
Mr. Kazuya apologized and took the call. By the look of it, he probably got a call from somebody he doesn't like. Mr. Kazuya turned his back and moved a little bit away from me and talked with a low voice. His voice sounded harsher. I noticed that he lowered his voice a lot. It wasn't good of me to eavesdrop, but when I tried to stop...
Shit.
Huh? I was surprised when I heard what Mr. Kazuya said.
Don't forget that word. What, shit?
After that, he kept on talking in a lower voice. I got a chill. I forgot about that, but Mr. Kazuya and Mr. Kawahara were not on good terms. He was always like that when he spoke to Mr. Kawahara. He talked in a cold way with cold words.
This man's a two-faced. They could be pretty abusive.
I wasn't feeling comfortable. I took a step back and made a noise. Mr. Kazuya turned his face immediately. His eyes were glaring like those of a beast. But he suddenly smiled when I saw I was stepping back. But I can see that it's a fake smile. And then I thought of the smile he always showed me was also fake. What's wrong with him? What is he thinking? Mr. Kazuya turned away. I couldn't see his face anymore. His voice became gentler, but I knew he was just trying to fake it. And even though it wasn't how it looked, my doubts wouldn't go away. After I heard his conversation, I couldn't stop looking at him suspiciously. Why did he approach me? Does he have another motive? There were so many things I couldn't understand. I was so scared that I thought about running away. What should I do? I was surrounded by terror, and the world went upside down. That was the first time I thought I was lucky to be a cat. The moment my sight was back, I started running. If I run at full speed, a human couldn't have caught me. But Mr. Kazuya noticed that at once.
Shit!
That was what I heard.
The music's gone. Why is the music gone? Welcome to Dreamland! It's not very dreamy right now.
I went away from that place and I was able to calm down. He was really angry. Was that his true face? The face I had thought was gentle was just a fake? Why? I don't understand, but I can't ask directly. He knows where I work and where I live. What should I do? I'm scared now. Speaking of which, before thinking about where to go back, I should think of how the parade was going on at that time. Wow. The amusement park was lit up and surrounded by her romantic atmosphere. I bet the parade is really beautiful. Oh. Why is there a dialogue choice here? There's no one here to affect the dialogue with this choice. Well, let's go with the obvious answer. I want to watch this with Mr. Kawahara. I wonder what Mr. Kawahara would say about the parade. He's childish sometimes. I am sure he would enjoy it. I wanted to see this with Mr. Kawahara. I was thinking of giving up my feelings towards Mr. Kawahara. He was shocked from me seeing me turn into a cat. That's why I had to run away without explaining anything. He didn't come back to Flora either, so it's been a while since I last talked to him. That's why I thought there was nothing I could have done. But I haven't said anything. I haven't told him anything, nor about the curse, or my feelings for him. Nothing. I can't give up on him until I tell him the truth. I am going to regret it if I don't tell him the truth. While I was looking at the amusement park's lights, I decided to tell my secret to Mr. Kawahara. I don't have that much time left. Yesterday, I became a cat before the parade started. I am becoming a cat faster than before. And the time I am going back into a human is slower. How long am I going to stay as a cat in one day? It won't be long before the time spent as a cat is longer. You can go back now. Good job. Oh, okay. Thank you. I cannot work longer hours anymore. I asked my boss to let me do the early shift. I knew I was giving him some trouble, but I wasn't ready to quit my job either. I still have to make a living, but I wasn't ready to quit the shop a lot? Quit the shop? And if I keep on working here, I might have a chance to meet Mr. Kawahara. I wonder if Mr. Kawahara is doing alright. I arrived at home at before sundown. I checked the post box. There were some pamphlets and a brown envelope. There was no stamp and the recipient's name on it. I turned the envelope. And then my breath stopped. The characters were written in a sharp way. Kawahara, Kyosuke.
Have we even seen him once? Like, he hasn't had any dialogue this chapter, has he? We just looked at him.
Mr. Kawahara! The band members were calling him Kyosuke. That's why he's called Kyo?
You don't know his first name?
I finally realized his full name.
Wow, we just came to that realization now. I feel like his name has been plastered everywhere. I mean, we know it's Kyosuke Kawahara because we've seen his profile before we started the game.
Mr. Kawahara as a customer of the flower shop, and Kyo at the host club. I didn't know. We don't know each other. He doesn't know my name. I want to know, and I want him to know. I want to talk to him too.
Does he not know her name? Just call her Flower Shop Girl. Has he said Honoka's name before? Or he just addressed us? We certainly haven't had anyone refer to us as Shinota.
I went up the stairs and looked at the envelope. What's inside? He wrote it because he couldn't tell me in person. I sat down on the sofa and took a deep breath. I took out the inside. There was a simple ticket with a logo. When I turned it over, there was a map. It's not that far from here. Only 2 stops away by train. A concert? Oh, he thought about you.
He was doing all that work to become a musician, and he still had you on his mind.
There was a letter behind the ticket. Instead of a memo, he used music note. He didn't have anything much written on the letter, only 1 sentence.
Music? What? Does he mean like music sheet paper? Not music notes? Please don't write to me in musical notes. I can't read. I can't read music notes. I'll have a concert. Please come.
It was only that. He didn't say anything about the cat. It was just an invitation. I don't know what he's thinking, but I was relieved. He's not avoiding me, I guess. I'll go. Thank you, Mr. Kawahara. I held the letter and the ticket. When I found out that he wasn't avoiding me, I wanted to see him. I am too positive. I was going towards Club Viola, but when I got to the shop, I stopped. How is he going to react? How is he going to react now that he knows? Will he act differently, or is he going to be changed?
I mean, he obviously thinks about you. I think he still cares about you. He gave you concert tickets.
I didn't know, so I was looking at the plate. Then the door opened.
I'll be back from tomorrow, so... Oh, you got your casual clothes on, Kyosuke. Your jogger outfit. It was Mr. Kawahara, and the happy music is back. Thank goodness, we needed some happy music.
He recognized me. He's looking at me surprised. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't speak. We both froze for a while. Mr. Kawahara started talking.
What's up? I was so sad because he didn't show up.
He was so kind and gentle. He was the same. He didn't change his attitude and his smile. The innocent smile I love. He's going to stay the same. I was giving him space, thinking I was depressed. I'm sorry. You didn't change at all. I'm really sorry. Meow. He was stroking at me. He was stroking me and took me in his arms. Aww. I feel like it's been forever since we got a picture. This is sweet. At this point, he knows that this is Honoka, so this is just like legitimate affection now. Honoka, you still have a derpy face though. Sorry to say that the cat's a derp. Just soak this in for a few more seconds. Huh? Where are we going? He's catnapping you. He didn't stop. Help, help. I understood where we are going. His place. I guess that's okay. There's something I want to talk to you. He talked to me quietly in my ear. I can tell you this. He used to tell me how he feels. But that's because I was a cat. When he didn't think I was the cat. Even if he knows, he's still talking to me right now. I'll listen to you. I was staying calmly inside his arm. As a yes, and he held me a little tighter.